Welcome to the Ambient iPad. In this video, I'm going to do a review and a demonstration of the Xotic SP compressor on bass. I'll be using a Fender American Original 60s Precision bass with flat-wound strings plugged directly into the compressor, and the signal from the compressor goes directly into a Universal Audio Volt 276 interface, and I'm recording all of this into an iPad Pro. No other effects or processing was used. This is a great little compressor. Besides being small and portable, they're actually able to fit a 9-volt battery inside. So it's a great little compressor to throw in a case or a gig bag when you may not be bringing other pedals or your pedal board, you just want to control your signal. As you can tell, there's only 3 controls on the front: a volume, blend, so you can blend in some clean signal, and a switch that switches between high, low, and medium. For the amount of compression, I would say it raises the ratio and the threshold of the compressor. But inside there's 4 dip switches, and I'll show those later, where you can control the attack and release of the compressor. You can have a little bit of a mute on the high notes, so it turns on a capacitor, just mellows out some of the high end a little. And there's also a pad. So this precision bass has a very hot output, and without being able to control that input signal, it will distort. So the pad comes in handy for that. Let me start with the direct sound. So the compressor is off. move on to the dip switches. So as you can see, there's 4 of them. The first 2 control the attack and release. The third one introduces a high cut filter, so it rolls off a little of the highs. Bit hard to notice that on bass. And then the fourth one is an input pad. I need to have that on because my Fender Precision, while it is a passive bass, has a very high output, and without that pad on, it will distort. So let's just play around with the dip switches a little. I've got the manual up here so you can see what the different settings do. I'll just concentrate on the attack and the release. I'll walk through the 4 different settings. Now, in this initial setting, this is where you have the lowest amount of attack time and the longest release time. And as I go through the 4 settings, it changes from a low attack time to a higher attack time, while the release time goes from a longer release time to a shorter release time. So let me put it back to the way that I always use it, and then I will go through the other 2 dip switches and we'll see if they make a difference at all. So right now I've got it back to the typical setting that I use. It's a bit subtle, but you can still hear kind of that compression going.